Yo, 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 yo. What up, people? We are back on How to Wholesale. I'm excited. Today was a freaking crazy day. Let's bring my guy Felipe on here. Felipe,
Yo, yo,
what up,
yo, how we all doing?
bro? Today was bananas. Absolutely crazy. But I'm going to get right into it because I have to call this seller really quick.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, just a little backstory of what's going on with this seller. Um, we locked it up in a market that wasn't our bread and butter, and we had a very, very tough time finding a buyer. Last conversation I had with him is told him that we had to go pretty much renegotiate the price. Um, Here's what I said. I said, here's what happened because we had to renegotiate already because we were off on our first number. So this is what I said. I said, hey man, just to give you an understanding of what the timeline looked like. In the beginning, we when we had to first renegotiate, we had to because our lender didn't approve us, right? Like we got denied. So what happened after we got denied was we were like, hey, at this point, we should just find a buyer in our network down there because it doesn't make any sense for us to buy this thing. Our lenders won't even approve us. So we're going to go ahead and find a buyer for you. And I told them essentially what we do, just to give you guys an understanding of how our sales works. When we're getting something under contract, we tell them everything that we do because we do. We buy houses, we to fix and flip, we buy and hold, we do creative finance, we partner up with other buyers and get deals done. So essentially, that's what I told them, and that's what we tell all of our sellers. Like that's a possibility. We don't know what our exit strategy yet is until we send over to the transaction department. But with all that being said, um, so I told the seller, hey, we ended up reaching out to our network, found a buyer for you at that price. You know, we weren't really even going to make any money on it, but we wanted to get the deal done for you. Now, bad news, guy backed out, right? So I was like, we have two options. I was like, the good news is when we did shop it out, we had a ton of buyers, but this guy that said he was going to buy it was like 15K over everybody else. Everybody else is in a specific range, right? And that's probably for a reason, because it's just not a deal at this number. You know, it's just too high. I feel bad. We already renegotiated, but the marketplace is telling us that it's too high of a number. We're not, like I said, we're not even trying to make money on it at this point. We're just trying to get it done for you. And he's like, okay. So essentially, what I said is, if you want to give us a few days to go find a solid buyer who's going to put some non-refundable earnest money down, we'll see what we can make happen. So who knows? He left the call after that call, kind of excited, kind of not. He was like, "Nah, I'm actually pretty bummed out. I was looking forward to closing on this thing at my specific number. At this point, this is like the second time I've renegotiated. You know, I had a contractor. I was going to do the work myself, but I don't really know. Whatever. Let's see where he's at today."
Hello?
Karan, how are you? It's Mike.
What's going on, Mike?
So I got some good news. Well, before I go with the good news, where are you at with everything since we last discussed? I think on Friday.
So where I'm at right now, I got someone who's interested with the 75, but I've also been considering just moving forward with maybe rehabbing it and rented assisted living. But what do you got going on?
So we did shop it out to the marketplace. Now, what you're talking about as far as 75, we didn't find anywhere near that. Like I said, we the 70 or 71 that we were at originally, we couldn't find a buyer. Like we were searching. I had my dispo team working like crazy on it. The marketplace was just simply telling us that there wasn't a buyer at that number. Um,
So what numbers do you guys? Well, sorry, go ahead.
Well, we did end up finding a buyer who agreed to two really important things. One thing being a $10,000 non-refundable earnest money. So, with that being said, if this buyer ends up doing the same thing that the buyer did before, which I don't think is going to happen because he's even shown proof of funds and everything like that, and it's his own cash, he's not using financing like hard money or anything. But if for some sort of reason he ends up not performing, then you get the earnest money, right? That is now in your pocket. So, worst case scenario, go ahead. Worst case scenario, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, worst case scenario, he doesn't close. You just end up with the earnest money and then do your thing, whether it's renting it out or finding another buyer, like you said, at that 75K. The other thing is he agreed to close, if we do this thing today, by our close date of August 5th. So we already have the attorneys running title and everything. We're all set to close. And he
agreed to close on August 5th?
Correct.
By how much?
So the price would end up being $57,000. Now that is obviously not the so good news, but at the end of the day, it's a solid offer of who the buyer is, what he got in place. He has a whole entire construction crew, and he's using his own cash, and he's willing to do $10,000 non-refundable. So worst case scenario, you just end up with that money, and then go on about whatever you got to do. But I don't think that that's going to happen.
What do you mean you don't think?
Say that again.
Did I repeat that? You don't think what's going to happen?
I don't think that he won't perform. He's going to perform, in my opinion. Obviously, things happen. He could get abducted by aliens. I don't know. But at the end of the day, he's putting down $10,000 non-refundable earnest money. That is non-refundable. So at the end of the day, for some sort of reason, there's no performance, then Karan just ends up with that $10,000. And then he goes on about either finding another buyer or fixing, flipping, or buying and holding himself.
Wow. It's a very interesting thing.
It was a specific buyer that we were going to have to bring in because it's so much work that needs to be done to the house. Like these people that are getting hard money, like ourselves, had a tough time getting approved because of that reason. Now, this guy just has a big construction company who has a bunch of cash of his own that he's going to perform on it with his own cash and do the work with his own guys. That's the reason.
So when you estimated, to me, I got a contractor out there. They told me 80 to 85.
Yeah.
To gut the place and rewire it.
Mm-hmm.
And what numbers did you pull up?
We're around 90 for our rehab budget. So not too far. We're around the same thing.
And that house is what 240? About 237, maybe 240.
It would be if it wasn't connected to another house. That was the problem that we were running into with the feedback from all the other buyers and our lender. Like if it was just a regular single family house that wasn't connected to something else, I think that's where the after repair value would land. But that's just not the case. It's connected to another house. Therefore, the value has gone down, right? Like we have to use very similar comps, and those similar comps don't justify a number of 230 or anywhere near that. It's probably more closer to 200 or even lower. That's just what we're getting back. Karan, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not, okay. Here's the thing, all right? See if you can work with me there. See if you'll do for 60 flat, and then get back to me, and then we'll go from there after that.
Okay, so you're
saying his number is 57.
If I can get him to come up $3,000 more, you'd be willing to get the thing done?
Yeah.
Okay, let me can I just put you on hold really quick?
Okay.
Because I'm just gonna call him.
Okay.
All right.
Is he muted? Okay. So what's going through your head?
You get him locked up, dog.
Quran.
He's writing up the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Letting him hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, so what Mike is doing now is putting the seller on hold. He listens to see if the seller says anything, to acquire more information, lets the seller marinate with what they just talked about, and he'll go back in when he's ready. It also gives Mike more time to get the agreement written, so he can just send it over DocuSign. It's so weird though. Like I feel like I have to whisper, but I know he's muted.
Hey, Karan, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so he agreed to come up to 59K. But what I'll do is I'll just take our transaction coordinator fee out of it and just make it 60K flat.
You can close on August 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And at the end of the day, if this doesn't happen, then you get your EMD and you walk away.
all right. Let's get that all in writing.
All right, yeah, it's just going to be a very simple thing. Essentially just saying that the new price is 60K. But I'll send it over to your email right now. Are you by your email?
You're right. We're gonna be 60.
Yep. Are you by your email?
All right. I'm on my phone right now.
Okay, let me see. I already have it. I already had the other one filled out that we did before, so it'll be easy just to send it back over. All right, let me know if you got it.
Gonna be throwing capital at Gmail.
Yep. Yeah, it's the same one.
So we're going to close on the 5th, but it says the 25th?
Hold on. Maybe that wasn't the right one.
I'm sorry. No, you know what else I'm missing? Today's date we were signing.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, we're good. So what I'll do is I'll have the attorneys reach out to you this week for everything. Were you
And
using?
you have my,
Yeah, I was gonna say you sent me over your attorneys, right?
okay, you have my attorney. They know how to contact. You know how to contact you. So
Okay, so my attorneys will be in touch with yours, and we'll get this thing done for you, brother.
all right, thank you.
All right, brother. Talk soon. Bada bing, bada boom, dog.
On live.
Oh, that freaking deal has been stressing me out, bro. We haven't been able to find a buyer. Let me call my guy Ari really quick to let him know to lock that bad boy up.
So where was the buyer at?
67K.
57.
What's going on, man?
Yo.
What do you say?
We're good. He signed off at 60K.
Nice.
So if we can get
Nice.
that buyer to come up at all, that'd be amazing. But at the end of the day, I don't want to force it. Like, do what you got to do. But anyways, hard close date of August 5th. So like, I'm gonna reach out to my attorneys right now to make sure this thing gets done by Friday.
Okay. So essentially, I'll touch base with the guy Johnny that's gonna purchase it,
Yep.
and just make sure that he knows that that's our close date.
Yeah, and just let him know that our attorneys have already started running title and everything, and they can take care of everything. And I'll get him in touch. I'll get him in touch with them.
Okay, sweet.
Just the reason being, just tell him because the close date is such a hard close date.
So soon.
Yeah, we got to get this thing done.
Right. All right. Well, let me get in touch with him, and then I'll look back with you in a little bit.
All right, good job, dog.
Appreciate you taking
Yes,
me
sir.
on for this one. It was a little challenging, but a
Bro.
really good learning experience.
You know, every real estate deal is challenging, right?
That's for sure. Yeah.
Not challenging.
It was easy.
Not challenging. There's just a bunch of different shit that goes on in every single real estate transaction. Like every single one that I've ever done has never just been an easy, smooth transaction. There's always some things that come up.
I guess it is just par for the course. Yeah. It's figuring out how to solve problems.
Hell yeah, dog. But at the end of the day, we started off. This guy wanted, I think, $110,000 for his house in the beginning.
110?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
That's why it's important, bro.
How
Like,
in the
there's room to negotiate. Everybody looks at leads, right? Like, I'm on live right now. Felipe, do you remember the lead yesterday from Friday where you're like, why the hell are you booking an appointment with him?
Yeah.
I got him down to 330. That was 20K off of what he was asking. We still need to be at like 315. It's another call that I got to make today. But that's why it's important, bro, to renegotiate and all these things. Not to renegotiate, but to negotiate. I don't like renegotiating. The thing that I just did, full disclosure, I don't like doing that. It was just our fault. We locked it up way too high. It was in a market where I thought, we would have been fine. But like in our backyard market, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, I think also what I heard from people, from potential buyers, was essentially that it makes it a little harder in the area, but a lot harder because of the duplex. That's what they were really saying.
That's literally what I just told them on the live.
Oh, nice.
If you want to listen to the conversation,
yeah, I can confirm.
If you want to listen to the conversation, go watch my live later on YouTube.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
Yeah, but good work.
All right, good job, dog. Once you get the assignment agreement sent over and signed, send it over to me so I can get the attorneys to start everything first thing tomorrow morning. And if you need help doing the assignment agreement, just let me know. But it is 60,000,
Cool.
60.
60. Okay, awesome.
All right, bro.
Awesome.
All right, good job, dog.
Good work, and we'll be in touch tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Later, man. Bye.
Peace. That's how we get deals done, dog. What do you got for me today, bro?
You've been waiting all day for this call, huh?
Dude, you have no idea. This is like the fifth thing that's happened today. We stopped the foreclosure today. We've been rocking and rolling.
Dang.
To give you an understanding of what happened today, bro, it literally, I have a novation agreement with this seller in Brockton that another wholesaler brought me. Wholesaler brings me the lead, and he's like, dude, I don't know what the heck to do with this thing. I'm like, okay, let me hop on the phone with him. Hopped on the phone with him last week. First time talking to him, boom, locked it up on an novation agreement at 275, pending a foreclosure date of tomorrow getting extended. So I have a team, Kiki Shrugs. If you guys don't know her, definitely go follow her and show her some love. And Tanisha Epps, they're freaking amazing. They're in sub 2. They're great. They work on pre-foreclosures and foreclosures and getting those things stopped. They work on loan modifications and all those things to help foreclosure situations. Now, I hired them to stop the foreclosure. But however, the seller was not upfront with us with everything of what was going on and what he has done to stop the foreclosure up to this point. So we get to the point today where we had a couple options. It got to the point. So we have a novation agreement at 275, right? Which means we never buy the house. We just have an agreement with him that we are going to do the work to the property. We're going to help him move. We're going to do some things. We're going to put it on the market with our real estate agents. And after that, he gets 275. That's our agreement. Now we still could do that, but the foreclosure date is tomorrow. So if he got foreclosed on, right? Obviously we wouldn't be able to do the deal because the bank owns the property. So with that being said, we had to try to stop the foreclosure. We did a bunch of different things to try to stop it. The guy just pretty much, it just wasn't a situation where we could stop it. So we had two options. It was either buy the house from him in cash at 240. He owes 235. So at that point, he'd only walk away with $5,000, but it would allow him to stay in the property for another 30 days. Right? Problem is he's disabled and his wife is retiring at the end of September. He's moving to Arizona in October. So we have a close date on the novation for the middle of October. Right? That's why we needed the foreclosure extended. So we needed like 3 months to do the novation and to buy him time to, gather up all of his stuff, have his wife retire and all these things. He can't leave until October, essentially. So what we ended up, there was two options. There was like, hey, the sheriff is going to come to the house tomorrow and literally kick you out. If you don't, either just let us buy the property at 240 on a cash deal, like screw the novation. But the only way we're going to buy it is that if you deliver the property vacant to us. So AKA you have to leave by the end of August. So it's either walk away with $5,000, leave at the end of August, or find somebody to reinstate the loan, which costs $73,000. Now,
it costs $73,000 to reinstate a loan.
Not like in general, but for his particular loan, because he's that far behind in payments.
Okay.
He owes the bank to reinstate the loan $73,000. So the bank says, hey, you can stay in your property. We can keep the mortgage in place if you give us the 73 that you owe us in back payments. So what we were going to do is we were kind of scrambling around today, and we have private money lenders, like people that will lend us cash and we give them our return on it, right? We have those lenders that could have given us the $73,000 to reinstate it, and then we could have just done the novation. However, we haven't cleared title yet, which means, do you understand what title is, like clearing title?
Yeah, I know what that means.
So clearing title is when you got to do the title search with the attorneys and everything like that to make sure that there's no BS on the title, right? We haven't done that yet. It was too short notice, right? Like we just put the purchase and sale agreement in place on Friday. It wasn't enough time to order title and run title, right? So it comes to Monday where we don't have a clean title. We don't know if title is clean or not, right? So if we brought 73K to the table to reinstate the loan and then realize that title's not clear in a week, we then realize that our private money lenders would never be able to be paid off. Does that make sense? I think Felipe is caught in the matrix. Felipe is caught in the matrix. So anyways, what we had to do is, so to put into perspective, we could not have our private money come in because in an event where we run title, Felipe's power just went out. So that's that. But in the event that we run title, right? And title is not clear. There's something wrong with title, but we had private money lenders bring 73 grand to the table in order to reinstate the loan. That money is now with the bank. So in order to get that out, we wouldn't be able to. Our private money lenders wouldn't be able to be paid off. So we could not bring the private money. So what ended up happening is we told them we have two options. You either allow us to buy the property from you for $240 and we close in 30 days, and obviously would have to close on it delivered vacant, or we end up, or you find maybe a cousin or an uncle or some family member or a friend or something to give you the 73 grand to reinstate the loan, and we keep doing the novation the way that it was going to go. By some grace of God, I don't know who the hell he reached out to, but he ended up finding $73,000 to reinstate the loan. So we pretty much gave him those options, and he texts us and he's like, hey bro, all set. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, it's all paid. We're like, how? Where the hell did you get this money from? He's like, it's all set. Can we can still do the deal the way that we're going to do it, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So literally, instead of us going to find the private money, he pretty much found the private money, which is dope. So now the risk isn't on us, but we still have to run title and everything. So at the end of the day, we would never put our private money lenders in a position where they could ever be screwed. And that position leaves them in a potential situation where they could be screwed, right? They could have wired the funds to the bank, and then we realize in a week that title isn't clear, and then they never get that money back, or we're on the hook for that money. And I mean, we're not going to give them $73,000 back. Just at the end of the day, we are not going to put our private money lenders in that type of situation. So super, super interesting stuff. Felipe's power went out. So what I'll do is I have another seller to call. What an eventful live today. We got a price reduction. We're stopping foreclosures. We're doing all the things. Freaking amazing. All right. We have an offer call to make. Let's call this guy.
Yo.
Steve, what's going on, brother?
Hey, buddy. Hold on 1 second. I just got outside. My classes.
No rush.
So, what's been going on?
Nothing much, man. I know you said you just wanted me to give you a call Monday, so I'm just trying to figure out where your head's at with everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it a lot, and I mean, if you can come at least 3:30, I figure write something up, and I can get my attorney to read it over and see if that's legit.
Okay. So as far as
I can't really hear you.
Got it.
Is that my phone or your phone?
Sorry about what do you mean?
It's all good.
Yeah. So as far as like the whole situation of how we would do the deal, you're okay with that as long as everything checks out with your attorney, is what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm cool. I talked to my parents. They said that, they're not in a super big rush or nothing to get their money. So okay. I can give you the 2 months and whatever. But yeah, I obviously would have to just make sure I can have my attorney read it over. And then, with the book stuff. So just whatever you got to do, write it up, and I don't text you. I'll send you my email or whatever, and you can just send it over. Making it just make it easy. You can send it over through email, and I'll send it to him.
Got it. So the good news is I can do all that, and I can even have my attorney talk to your attorney because we've done these deals before in Brockton. Right. So okay. if your attorney needs to talk to my attorney about all the stuff about how we structure the deal, then they'll let them know. But the bad news is I talked to the team and we're not at 3:30. It's just the marketplace wouldn't allow for that.
Okay, don't worry about it. I can sell it myself. So good.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, have a good day. Fucking if y'all change your mind, and the next couple of days, call you back. But as of now, I'm just gonna call my realtor and just get it going.
I think that might be your best bet, brother. Just to give you an understanding of why that's the case. We're not too far off. We're at 3:15, but I know it's not where you want to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I'll make a little bit extra and fucking I might have to do a little bit more work, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'll get more money out of the deal. So
I agree with you. What do you think? What do you think you have to do as far as work?
That is yet to be seen. I'm gonna probably post it as is, and but I don't know what I'm gonna end up having to pay for as far as I don't know which way it goes. If the seller, the buyer is gonna pay for the fucking inspection, I don't know. Might have to do a few things, but nothing huge. I just didn't want to do nothing.
No, I hear you.
My other house, so that's the only reason I was even entertaining this because obviously, as I sell it myself, I get more money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, and then hopefully, fucking works out real good for me. I don't know, but I'm not really worried about it. So
it's in a good part of town, man. Like the thing is gonna sell. For sure.
You're gonna tell me, I've lived there for 10 years. I know all about it. But anyways, yeah, I'm just at this place getting my things done. I gotta go pay and stuff. But take care, and I'll talk to you later. All right?
Well, if I can get the team to come up at all,
I mean, if it ain't 6:30, it's not even worth it to me. So just don't worry about it, bro. It's not even a big deal. I have no problem selling it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a quick sale for me. It'd probably be quicker than the 2 months, as a matter of fact. But the 2 months is a guaranteed thing. It was less work. it was
Yeah.
like, you know, it was out of the hand. So I was like, okay, I guess, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it'll really be, you know, a simple process. So
No, I get it. It just might be a little bit risky on our end to come all the way up to 330.
Yeah.
That's why we're not
It's all
doing
good.
it. But
I mean, you know, that's your business. I ain't worried about it at all. You know, you got to do what's best for you. It's same thing. You know, same thing as me.
I'm thinking there might be one way to get this thing done, but I'd have to run it by the team. It would
All right.
be
Well,
it would be
like
us.
tomorrow or something. I gotta get the stuff done, run over to the new house, and I don't know. And start having discussions with my broker just checking in with him. I'll check in with him and
Okay.
let him know and see what you know, whatever. Well, later or tomorrow, whatever. Okay?
Okay, yeah, we can do that. And there's absolutely no budging off of the 330 is what you're saying.
I can't. Yeah, maybe not good. Maybe not Felipe, but he asked me what my bottom dollar was, and I told him I'm not going to tell him. But now that we're here, that is my bottom dollar. That's what my number was in the beginning.
No,
So it is what it is. You know, I don't mind.
Let me try to do my best, because we can structure it a little bit differently, without us having. I'm sorry, I lost you there. What'd you say?
I said, just let me know, please, as soon as possible, because I'm going to try to get things going the other way. If not, all right.
Give me until tomorrow morning. I'll let you know.
All right, cool.
All right, brother. Talk soon. Dang. You're on mute, bro.
Oh, I said we back.
You're missing on all the action, dog.
Damn, I heard some of it.
Yeah, so essentially here's what I did when I went on that appointment. I got his absolutely bottom number, the appointment that you put me on for Saturday.
Yep.
Which ended up being 330, which it really does make sense. Like 330, if I was him, I wouldn't take anything really less than that either. Now, novation agreement, right? Like comps are super, super hard over there. I'm thinking the only possible way to get this thing done would be to do a flat fee listing.
Okay, yeah.
Which I think that we could do that, because I think very worst case scenario, as far as like an as-is type of ARV, to give you an understanding of what needs to be done. Let me pull up the pictures really quick.
Was it minor stuff?
It's really not bad. Like, he's got to clean his shit out. What I'll do, if we come to an agreement with him, I'm going to tell him that he needs to deliver it to us brim swept. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's not that bad. So I'm going to give him a call tomorrow morning, and I'm just going to say, hey, man, I got the team to agree to 330 under one condition, that on your side, it's delivered to us in brim swept condition, which just means like there's not really much trash, and you know it's cleaned up, the basement's cleaned up, and all that. If we can do that, if you can do that, then we can get this thing done. Because other than that, it doesn't really need much.
Okay.
The one thing that does scare me though is the back deck. The stairs definitely need some repairs, which could be like maybe a couple $1,000. But essentially, I want to do the novation without putting anything into it. So let's think about this. If we're at a 370 ARV and on a regular novation, you're at 8%, that brings us to 340. It's not a deal. The only way it would make it a deal is at 370 times, let's say 2% to the buyer's agent. Let's say 2% for closing cost is 4 times 9.5. Then it's a deal. So if you do a flat fee listing, for anybody that doesn't know what a flat fee listing is, a flat fee listing allows you to list a property on the MLS for like $100. You don't have to be a real estate agent or anything like that. So essentially, the property just goes out on the MLS. And agents come in. You can put whatever you want on the MLS as far as like um, showings and all that type of stuff. So you put that on the MLS. A buyer's agent brings a buyer in, and you facilitate the transaction. So now you don't have to pay the 2% to the listing agent. That brings our selling costs down to 5%, which at this ARV of 370, which is conservative, but I'm playing worst case scenario in this market right now. That leaves us at 351. That leaves us at 351 before giving him his 330, which leaves $20,000 for profit, because we're really not going to have to do anything.
Got it.
If he agrees to have the property broom swept.
Do you want to send it over to, or have you already sent it over to Ryan?
So Ryan, let's think about what's Ryan's job.
Dispo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good with the numbers, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can send it to him for ARV and stuff.
Yeah.
Were you saying send it to him for ARV or to find a buyer?
Oh, I meant for ARV, because I just had a call with him this afternoon, and I found out he was an appraiser and everything, and he just knows how to do his numbers. It just takes him like an hour to get a solid ARV.
Yeah, he's really good with his numbers. He's really, really good. For those of you who don't know Ryan Erico, he's in the subdue community of ours up here in New England. He is doing all of our dispo now. So he is our dispo manager. So if you guys have a deal that you need sold, it's going to go through Ryan. Ryan's the guy who talks to all the buyers and gets our deal sold. But yeah, he's really good with his numbers for sure. I'll send it over to him and see what he thinks as far as ARV. I thought you were saying for him to find us a buyer.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Because essentially, when we find a buyer for a property like this, it's a retail buyer.
Yep.
So dispo people do cash buyers.
Cash buyers, yeah.
Investors, essentially.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, it sounds like there's something there.
Yeah, dog. I'm gonna call him. I really wanted to be at like 315. I would have got the deal done today at 315, but he started off with us at like 350. We got him down to 330. We'll see what happens, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't have to do any work and we do a flat fee listing, like we're in no money on the deal.
Yeah, it's still a win. What about now, if you wholesale a deal, do you have to use your own capital, or do you just have to use capital in general to wholesale?
So a wholesale is when you buy a house, you maybe do a quick trash out or a quick cleanup or something like that, or don't do anything, and then you put it back up on the MLS and sell it.
Okay. Yeah, so you need to use your own capital or somebody's capital to buy the house first, and then sell it again.
And that's why novation is great, because now you don't have to pay the attorney's money to close on it. Yep. And you don't have to pay your lender's money, points up front in order to borrow the money and interest and all that stuff.
Cool.
So that's why novation is freaking amazing, because we could have a purchase price of $330 on this property, sell it for $370 and still make money.
Exactly.
You would never be able to do that on a cash deal or like a wholesale or anything. Like, you just can't do that. Now I look at it like, is it worth our time for 20 grand? I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. Okay. Definitely, like you said, I'm gonna run it by Ryan and get a hard ARV on it.
Yeah. What about so actually I had a seller today. I talked to him for innovation, and he's thinking about giving us like a time frame to finish the construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I said, yeah, that's fine. Just we'll put it in writing just to make sure we have a time frame if that's what makes you feel comfortable. But I'm not sure exactly what time frame he's going to give us to do the whole repairs and sell the house and everything. What's like the average number of months that you think innovation takes?
Well, think about it. Once you list the property, if you list the property today, it's July 25th. On the MLS, you most likely won't close on it until September 25th. Typically takes about 60 days to bring a buyer in and get the finances in place because their finances have to get in place. They got to get approved. They got to have their appraisals. They got to have their walkthroughs and do all that stuff, and that takes a little bit.
Yep.
So you want to budget 60 days for that, and then to do the renovation, whatever it's going to take. That's house by house, deal by deal.
Okay. Yeah, I told them it really depends. We got to see the house before we can give you a time frame.
But to what you're saying, it's just a close date. Like on an ovation agreement, you have a close date.
Yep. So you have until then.
Right. So what I would say in that situation, if he's caught up like, oh, well, I want you guys to be done with the construction in a month, I would say, well, yeah, us too. We have a close date of 3 months out. If we don't finish the work, then we're going to be screwed. We just put a bunch of work into your property and we don't close. Now you get all of our work for free.
Yep. Got it. Yeah, I told him if we weren't able to sell the house or anything, you keep the house anyways. So you come out winning basically.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm gonna set up an appointment with him. He's gonna actually move out of this house within a few weeks to move to his other one, and then he wants us to go take a look at it and talk about the innovation in person.
Where is it?
The one in Brockton. I don't have my notes on me because the power's out, but it's the guy that I sent over like an agreement, not an agreement, like a little like bullet point paper about what innovation was.
Does it need a lot of work?
I think it's like in the 30s, 30 grand, possibly.
We'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, because he's currently fixing it up right now. But he'd entertain someone helping him.
Oh, is this the brick house?
Yeah, that brick one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this has happened before where it's like $30,000 in repairs, and we're thinking novation, and then I get to the house, and we just agree on a cash deal. In Brockton, we did one. Yeah. Remember that?
It's happened to one that I set you up on the appointment. Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But I figured out in that situation, like they're absolutely bottom number. So that's what we figure out. I think in that particular case, I was like, man, at the end of the day, we could do this partnership deal where we come in and do the cash. However, we don't like doing these things if it's over $20,000 in repairs. And this property needs more love than I thought, what our discussion was over the phone. Now, I can try to get the funds approved and the deal approved for us to move forward if it's going to be over $20,000 in repairs. But at the end of the day, the longer we do this and the bigger the renovation, the more riskier it is on your end because there's more time involved. Because at the end of the day, we still have to sell the house. We can do the work, but we also have to sell it.
Yep.
So it's riskier on your end. And then I just said to him, why don't we just buy the house? And he sat there and he was silent for like 20, 30 seconds. And then I asked where it would be. And then I told him, let me go run my numbers and talk to my lender and see what we get approved for. But where are you hoping that we could be? Like, if we just fix this thing in 30 days, like, where are you hoping that we land? What's the absolute lowest number? And then boom. This guy, before you were off the live while I was talking to him, He just said, he was like, bro, you came to my house and you asked for my bottom dollar and I gave it to you. You know, I told myself before you came there that you weren't even going to do that. I wasn't even going to give you my bottom number. You got it. It's freaking important, bro. You got to get the bottom number out of them.
Yep.
Like, it's one thing that what's the best advice I can give? The best advice I can give when I go try to get the absolute bottom number is being freaking dead serious. It's not joking with them. It's not like, dude, so what's your lowest number? I'm like dead freaking serious. Felipe, if we do this, that, and the other, what is your absolutely lowest number? And they kind of shit their pants and they're like, well, shit, I got to give it to him now. But if I'm like, Felipe, dude, yeah, if we just end up doing all this for you, what's your lowest number, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might get it. But you're joking with them, so it's not like a serious manner. You know?
Yep.
What do you got today, bro? What's going on? What's going on in the world of Felipe?
I got some lot that I would want you to shop it out. Well, not shop it out, but kind of like just get a price, what range we're looking that we can look it up at. And I also have a seller that sent me a whole bunch of pictures of a duplex, and I kind of wanted your opinion on it as well.
Okay, but obviously you don't have it.
I have it on my. I can just text it to you.
Oh, okay. What happened with the Stoughton lead? Have you talked to them?
I really try to lock him up today.
Stoughton?
Yeah. Because I'm like, think about it. We're only 5 days away from the end of the July. We're basically already at the end. And then so far, all I know is he has one offer on the table that's in writing, and we're our offer is still better than his. And I was
Dang
like,
it.
yeah, he said ours is better, and I was like, well, but anyways, there's a preliminary offer. He doesn't know exactly where we'll be in an exact number, so we can always go down a little bit more. But he's like, yo, you gotta like send me something. Like I need my realtor to like take it over. You know, I want something writing again. And then I said, you know what I can do? I can send you a blank contract just so you can read it to make sure that our contract is valid. And then at the end of the week, once it's the end of the month, when you're ready to make a decision, I will send you our official offer. And then I told him again, the reason why I do this is because I want to be your best offer. And if anyone passes us, I want to make sure that when I send it to you, ours is already, the offer will be the best offer for you. So then I got him to calm down again and wait. But then I was like, well, what's stopping you from just doing it now? Our offer is already better than that one guy. Would you sign it today? And he's like, oh, I'm in the car. And then I got to go pick up my wife, making up excuses.
What's going to change from now and the end of the week?
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you talk to him tomorrow, what's his name? Steve?
Steve, yeah.
Steve, tell me, what is going to change from today, July 22nd, 26th, which is a Tuesday, it's a Friday. Like literally 2 or 3 days, what the heck is going to change?
Yeah.
If we're already your best offer, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Before the market changes and before these basis points go up and our offer has to change by Friday.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's what I tried. I tried pushing it to him. I was like, would you just want to do it today? Get it over with? And he's like, just making up excuses. And he's like, and then he also said, I don't even know if we're gonna make a decision in July. Like, all we have is this one offer, and we don't have yours. I was like, we'll send it over when you're ready to make a decision.
Dude, hammer the freaking market down their throat.
Yeah.
The interest rates are going up again. They're not playing. They want to play games, bro. Our offer will change. I promise.
Yeah.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. This market is crazy. But what was the other one that I was going to ask about? Oh, the Pearl Street.
He's just not picking up the phone.
Okay. How about the novation agreement down in Rhode Island? There's
Also,
two.
those two are like ghosting me. I'm changing my phone numbers up too.
Okay. Any other ones that I can think of? Have you tried the appointment that you were going to go on for the duplex in Brockton?
I've tried calling them, haven't picked up yet as well. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my numbers are spoofed or something.
Contact Andrew and have him check everything.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, bro, can you run a quick analysis on all my phone numbers to make sure that they're not spam?
Okay.
You should be good if people are picking up. What do you see closing this week?
Let me think about it. I can definitely see that guy you just talked to. I can see him being closed. I mean, if they could pick up the phone, I know where they're at. I can see Steve being closed this week in Stoughton. Yeah, those are the two potential ones.
Let's get the Stoughton deal done, bro.
Yeah. Stoughton, I'm like super confident in. The only thing I'm curious is like, what is this realtor that's in the mix, but he's not listing or anything? Like, do we have to pay like a commission fee? Is he thinking about commissions?
You getting played, dog.
Man, I probably am getting played.
They're using the fictitious third party on you, bro. Sure. They ain't no realtor.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. I think there is. I think it's like a family friend or something.
Yeah, because that's how their price went down so much. I'm not sure if you remember. They were like in the 400s or 500s, and then some realtor was like, "Bro, your house is a piece of shit," in the 300s. Like, oh, okay, I guess that's what it is.
All right. Yeah, dude, we'll get that deal.
Yeah,
hell yeah. That thing is right down the street from me too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll feel more comfortable. I remember you said 340 was like maybe that's our deal. Like we don't know exactly what number we're at. So
what you should do, bro? You should try to dude, actually do this. Try to book a freaking appointment with them. And just get the contract signed.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna call him tomorrow and I'm gonna say, hey, like we want to move forward. Let's book an appointment and let's get this done. I'll say in some better way, but that's the bread and butter of it.
I love it.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna send you these. Does my camera turn off when?
Yeah, it does turn off. You go into a black hole. People, remember silverhomies.com if you have any leads or deals in the pipeline that you need us to tackle. Go to silverhomies.com, fill out the information, and we'll take care of your stuff. So it's been pretty cool. When a lead comes in it goes straight to our CRM. I am actually the one right now doing all the calls. So once a lead pops in from silverhomies.com, I get the notification and I legitimately see it. And it tells Mike to call that lead. So I call the lead and it ends up in a follow-up or whatever happens, right? But essentially my pipeline is getting full. as I'm scaling out of the direct to seller with all of our virtual assistants and Felipe and all that, I am building out our JV department. So I'm able to have more time on those leads. So these leads that are being called, silverhomies.com, if you submit a lead over there, I am calling them personally and following up with them until they're closed or until they're in a follow-up sequence and I pass them off to somebody on the team. But either way, our team is taking care of all the leads in silverhomies.com. And another good news, we're growing our dispo department at the moment, brought on a dispo manager who is in charge of dispo in general. He'll be on here on some of these lives soon. But essentially his job is finding buyers and getting deals sold. So if you guys have a deal that needs to be sold in our market in Massachusetts or even Rhode Island, you can send us over the details and we could try to find a buyer for you. If it's something that we feel confident in that we can find a buyer, we'll go shop it out to our network and get a buyer in place for you. And then we also will handle all the transaction coordinating and attorney information and all that type of stuff. But let me see. You just sent over some pictures, bro?
Yes, sir. Did you hear what I said? I'm not sure if my mic turns off when I close the app as well.
Yeah, I can't hear you while you're doing it. Damn, what's this one?
Duplex in, bro, I can't even remember. I don't have my notes. I think it's in Brockton as well. It's a brother. Two brothers own it. The mother passed away, so they inherited the property. They don't have a bottom number yet. Well, the seller that I'm talking to doesn't know a bottom number, so I gave him homework to figure out the bottom number with his brother.
Why isn't he just listening with a realtor?
He wants to do that too, but he also likes the convenience factor of us. If we just came in and got what?
Why is he selling it?
Because he does not want to be a landlord. He doesn't want to maintain the property at all. He just rather just cash out. His brother also wants the money to buy another house somewhere else.
Has he had tenants before?
He has tenants right now, yeah, but they're just like local friends. And he said like this house isn't gonna be a rental by winter.
Hey, why didn't he just rent it out?
Because he doesn't want to be a landlord.
Why didn't he just hire a property management company?
I don't know. Maybe because people don't like property management companies. There's stigma.
So you think it's more so that he needs the cash, or do you think it's more so that he doesn't want to be a landlord?
I think it's more so he doesn't want to be a landlord, and his brother needs the cash.
Okay, so his brother needs the cash.
Yes, for a new house.
Everything 50-50.
Yeah, and you might even know him. Did you go to Brockton High?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he's a high school teacher there.
Does he need the cash for to buy another house? You said.
Yeah, the brother is looking to buy another house, and he needs the cash.
Okay.
And then he also said we could buy the brother's house if we agree on a number as well.
Do they own it free and clear?
I can't remember without the notes. It's tough because my power's out.
Word.
Yeah.
I'd figure that out because it sounds like it could be a seller finance deal or a mortgage method deal.
Yeah. He is he also has a realtor. Well, he doesn't have one. He just has a number of one. He might contact them as well. But he's still on the fence if he wants to do all the showings and all that jazz, or just get rid of it with us.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Good stuff, dog. I'll catch you tomorrow.
It's later, bro. All right.
Family, thank you for watching. Like I said, silverhomies.com. If you have any leads or deals that you need sold. Also, hit the subscribe button. Go follow Felipe. Go follow me on IG. I actually have a killer video coming out this week. If you are looking to get your first deal, this video that's coming out this week should put off some light bulbs.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing. But all right, people. Peace, IG. Peace, YouTube. We are out.